how are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living on the average American salary? I just watched a TikTok of a teacher who makes a teacher's salary. I don't know what state she's in, so I don't know how much she makes, but her one-bedroom apartment is $2,000. And when she spends $2,000 on that one-bedroom apartment, it doesn't even come with a washer and dryer. So she has to go pay an additional $2 every time she wants to use their washer and dryer. Okay, like, how does that leave her any extra money to spend? And then she said she had a $400 car payment, which some people were bashing her on that. But in today's economy with interest rates, that's really not that bad. And I'm sure she needs a dependable car. So you talk about teacher's salary, $2,000 in rent, $400 car payment, you got insurance, you got groceries, electricity. Like, I don't understand how people are affording life right now, and it really makes me sad for some people. You have people who are like her. She's single, she has her own salary, or families where it just works out best for them for the mother to stay home. And if the father is just making an average American salary, how are they affording life without going in a bunch of debt? This lady who's a teacher started crying because she said she realizes on her salary and where she lives, she will actually end up in more debt. Then, like, she will just continue to accrue more debt and more debt and more debt because her salary is not matching the cost of living. And what's sad is I've seen people be like, just spend less. Listen, guys, the cost of living is rising and our salaries are stagnant. Okay, so there's not just spend less. That's not the problem here. The problem is the cost of living is outrageous, and minimum wage in some states is still $7.25. Teachers in some states are still paid a ridiculously low salary, even though their job is super important. I don't know what we can do about this, but I'm just going on a rant because it really, really pisses me off.
Welcome back to our channel, AI Crystal. If you've been wondering how much it actually costs to live in 2025, you're in the right place. From groceries and gas to rent and streaming services, prices have shifted in ways that might surprise you. Today, we're breaking it all down so you can budget smarter and stay ahead of the curve. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe to AI Crystal for more updates.
You live on the West Coast, I have a question for you, and my question is real simple. Are y'all okay? Because your cost of living is like literally dystopian. And I'm from here. We moved away. Grew up in Southern Oregon, Northern California, and I'm aware that like our cost of living has always been a little bit higher than other places, especially fuel. But I'm telling you right now, your cost of living is literally diabolical. There were some places that I was in Northern California, fuel was well over $5 a gallon, just regular schmegular gas, well over $5 a gallon. In Texas, where I'm at, it fluctuates all the time, but it fluctuates between about $2.40 a gallon and like $2.90. That's the fluctuation. You're paying double what we're paying. Not only that, it's not just fuel. I went to Starbucks. My Starbucks drink, it's very simple. It's a venti vanilla chai latte. In Texas, where I'm from, it's $7, which in my opinion is too expensive. I don't get it very often. Here, it was over $10 for a drink. How are y'all surviving? How are you doing this?
This is why I feel like the cost of living has never been as bad as it is right now. Because it used to be when the cost of living was high, it was for the things that you need in life. Food, gas, shelter, etc. All those things cost a lot of money. Right now, all of those things still cost a lot of money. And also, I feel like it's just expensive to just be alive. Like, I feel like my life as soon as I wake up is literally just me putting down a credit card, and it's just a tab. And life is a bartender. And it's just like, what are you going to have? And I'm just like, I'm okay. I don't really need anything today. And it's just like, oh, really? Well, if you're going to be here, you're going to need to spend money. And I'm just like, what do you mean here? I'm just in the world. And it's just like, yeah, you have to buy something now. It's even getting to the point where like, I feel like even my thoughts are getting expensive, you know? Like I could just have the thought of like, my nose is a little stuffy. And then all of a sudden I open up my phone 10 minutes later and have 12 ads for like, oh, you have a pollen allergy and you got to buy these anti-pollen allergy pills or you're going to suffocate in your sleep. Sleep is the only place I still feel kind of safe. But even there, it's like I could have sleep problems for one night and then I wake up feeling kind of groggy and all of a sudden I'm getting targeted ads for melatonin gummies. It's like all of our necessities are still expensive, and then also just everything every increment of our life costs something.
We are all aware of the fact that the cost of living in California is astronomically high. But for those of you who grocery shop on a weekly basis for a family of, say, like 3 to 4, what is your average grocery bill? Because for a family of 3, we are spending on average between $300 to $350 a week on groceries. That is over $1,200 a month we are spending on groceries. Granted, I do try to shop mostly organic. I buy whole foods. I try to go as unprocessed as possible. And my son and my boyfriend are human garbage disposals, so they eat a ton of food. But I still feel like that is so ridiculous. And I'm at the point where I'm wondering if it's even worth it to grocery shop, or would it be more cost effective to just eat out every day? That is a ridiculously high amount to pay on just groceries alone. And yes, it's mostly organic and whole foods, but we've been grocery shopping the same way for the past several months. And my grocery bill is getting higher and higher every month. And I'm always buying the same shit. So, yeah, I'm like, why am I spending all this money and time grocery shopping, cleaning up, cooking, when we can just treat ourselves every day? Am I right? Like, I love California though. I'm still not moving. I'm just saying.
Anyone else feeling stressed with the rising cost of living these days? Between the economy crisis and tariffs affecting prices, it's getting harder and harder to stay ahead. I literally just left the grocery store and staying within budget is feeling so challenging. But I don't let that control me. I decided to take some action some time ago. Learn how to manage my money smarter, not just for me, but for my family. And now what I do is I teach others how to do the same. I encourage you to take charge of your financial future, whether that's learning new strategies or even exploring extra income opportunities. It's time to make a change. If you're ready, send me a message.
Okay, now I'm mad. I just bought this, right? An Australian meat pie. Do you know how much this pie just cost me? I'm a little bit shocked. $6.50. I know it's $6.50, but since when did the price of cows go up that much? Or flour or butter? That would mean the farmers are getting rich, but they're not. It doesn't make any sense. Why is a pie $6.50? Can someone explain what's going on here? Because this is getting a little bit silly now. Everything else I can understand. But a pie? $6.50? Oh my god.
Afternoon everyone. I've been a bit quiet because it's half term and it's madness. I've just come to Tesco's for a rest. But please, can someone tell me like how everyone is supposed to live? Because I've just done my weekly shop in Tesco's. Just because it's the only day I've got to do it. I normally try and do it like the end of the week, so it's for the following week. But anyway, nevertheless, doesn't matter what day I'm doing it on. But I've just gone and got essentials like dinners for the week, their packed lunch stuff, just fruit, veg, you know, like nothing extravagant. Did have to buy washing tablets. It's probably the only thing, obviously you don't have to buy it every week, but like still £148 for a week shopping. Like that is ridiculous. Like how has it gone up so much, and how is this maintainable for anybody? Like that's so say like even if the washing powder come out, like that's still £130, £140, you know, like £148. It's ridiculous. And I didn't buy olive oil, that's like £1 million. So like one week I might not need washing capsules, but I fucking will need olive oil. And I just saw that on the shelves, £18 for olive oil. Like what is it made of, gold? Like why is everything so expensive? And like how are we supposed to like keep this up? Like, because you have to eat. The kids need lunch, they won't eat school dinners because it's shit, so I have to feed them. Like, how is this maintainable? Like, how is everyone doing it? Answers on a postcard.
Cost of living breakdown. Let's start with housing. Still the biggest monthly expense for most people. In many urban areas, rent has increased by an average of 6 to 10% compared to 2024, especially in tech-driven cities. However, some suburban and rural areas are seeing more stability and even slight drops as remote work continues to normalize. Next up is food and groceries. Inflation has cooled slightly, but essentials like fresh produce, dairy, and meat are still feeling the pressure. On average, families are spending around 8% more than last year. Delivery services and pre-packaged meal kits also remain popular, but come with premium pricing. Transportation costs have become a mixed bag. EVs, electric vehicles, are more accessible, and gas prices have dropped slightly thanks to better supply chains. But insurance rates have crept up, and public transportation in some regions has become more expensive due to funding shifts. Finally, digital living, think streaming, internet apps, and subscriptions, has crept up subtly. Many platforms now offer tiered pricing, pushing people toward premium plans for a full experience. That's a quick look at the cost of living in 2025. Want a deep dive into a specific area, like rent in your city, or how to save on food? Drop a comment below. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to AI Crystal, your guide to living smart in a tech-driven world.